and this is following the TEDx talk, How Unicorns Wind Up in Straitjackets. Hi, thank you for joining us on this wonderful episode of How Unicorns Get Out of Straitjackets, which is to say, talented people who are just in the wrong job for them, and it's super frustrating. Today, I have one of the guests that I'm super excited about. I have to tell you, like, I've known her for ages. She's a powerhouse, and she has a very interesting career change that I'm sure you're going to appreciate. So, without further ado, I will introduce you to Despina Telemachou. I think I got the name right, did I? No,
It's close enough.
close enough. We'll do that. Despina, tell us about yourself.
So I'm Despina Telemachou. I am currently a video marketing strategist, but I haven't always been a video marketing strategist. I used to have a very different career, and as you say, it was very stifling for me. Um, I think we get trapped sometimes by our parents' expectations or by society just telling us that if you're good at school, you're supposed to go into a profession that's like this, that's like that. So I ended up teaching. I was very good at writing, very good with languages. I went to university. I got a degree. I studied English language and literature. I got an MPhil degree in linguistics. Came back, got a job in tertiary education. I was teaching college students, and it didn't feel right. I enjoyed being in the classroom, but it was not in any way creative. And thinking back to my adolescence, I was always a creative person. I did art, I did writing, and none of these things were being fulfilled in that career.
Wow. Okay, that is impressive. So you studied and went all the way to the top in your career, being a lecturer and teaching, and then moved into video marketing, which is two two seemingly completely different things. And I'm sure you're going to explain how you use some of the skills, the transferable skills from teaching and what you know into video marketing. But as you say, the career change was important for you because of not feeling fulfilled, didn't use the qualities that you possess, that didn't give you enough creative room. How was that for you? Did it come a point where you thought, what was the turning point for you?
The it was gradual
Okay.
because at the beginning I got enough positive feedback from interacting with young people and helping them and helping them make decisions about their future, teaching them. So there was a lot of satisfaction in that. But
Mm.
um, it got to a point, maybe 8 or 10 years in, when I just started feeling that I was giving a lot to other people, and I could see them blossoming and doing what they wanted to do, and I just felt that actually I wasn't enjoying myself. I
Right.
wasn't getting what I wanted, and I wasn't doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah. And that's a very important point that you make because it's not always wrong from the start. Sometimes you're doing something and it's the right thing for you at that time. And then with time and with when your interests change or your circumstances change, you have different needs. And maybe at first you're doing it for the fulfillment or for the money or for the growth. And then after you've grown to a certain level, it's time to move on and do something new.
Well, yeah, I think in my early 20s, I appreciated having a stable job, the financial stability that came with a job in teaching. Um, but and I think that when you're very young, uh, as I was a very long time ago, when you're very young, I think you still very receptive to external pressures.
Yeah.
So you're still very, very aware of what your parents' ambitions are for you, and maybe you care more about what people might say. And I was brought up, all my particular talents, everybody told me, this will make a lovely hobby. You can't make a living out of this. Because I was always very artistic. But I was like, no one makes money doing art. You're
Right.
going to have to go, it's like you have to work in a bank or work at a school, or do something along those lines. Nobody, you're going to be a starving artist. It's not going to work, right? And you just, I think at 20, unless you're very rebellious, I don't know. But I think at 20, me, certainly, I wasn't ready to just say, I'm just going to do whatever I want.
Right.
So I wasn't brave enough to just say, I'm going to study art, or I'm going to study film. Or I just,
Agree.
yeah, I studied English. I studied linguistics, which language is a passion of mine. But although I enjoy linguistics, it gives me great pleasure. What I really enjoy is the creative side of it. I love writing. I always have done. But
Right.
again, being a writer, starving artist, so none of these talents were ever really encouraged.
So we can see that all through your childhood and woven in your personality is all of these creative traits that are just bursting out of you and wanting to be expressed in different ways. Would you say those are the clues for you?
Um, yeah, internally, yes. It was this frustration that all of the things that I enjoyed, there was no time for because I was busy doing everything else. So, they lied to me. They told me I could do art in my free time, and there was no free time for me to do art. They lied to me. They tricked me.
Technically, you could have done art in your free time if you had free time. That's
So yeah,
hilarious.
so yes, so and I didn't want to be creative as a hobby. I want to be creative every waking moment of my life. It's just not fun.
Right.
uh, Apologies to my former students, but marking their essays was not creative work.
You can use a red pen and a blue pen and a yellow pen if you were feeling wild. Okay, so coming on to step two of the three steps that was mentioned in the TED Talk, connecting these dots now. So the creativity that you had, um, and bringing some of your hobbies and the lifestyle in there, because you were saying about the financial stability when you're young. So when your lifestyle changed as well, did you find that bringing these two together helps you now in video marketing, fast forward so many years now?
The You acquire a lot of skills when you teach young people, especially at the age that I was teaching. There were young people in their 20s, and they were trying to put together a plan
Yeah.
for going forward in their lives, designing their future. And I had a lot of one-to-ones with a lot of people trying to help them plan ahead. And this is not dissimilar to what I do with solo entrepreneurs or smaller companies who have big ambitions, and we just sit down, we develop a plan, and we try to visualize how we're going to go forward and start fulfilling our dreams. So that that's very much a skill that's required now, interpersonal skills, because when you're a teacher, you have to get on with 30 people at least all the time, find a way to relate to every single person individually and all together.
Right.
Time management has come in very, very handy. Um, but also, yes, the teaching, teaching well,
Mhm.
involves standing up before your class and delivering a performance, teaching them through stories, through examples. And that's helped enormously, because having done that for 15 years, there's never any worry about me standing up in front of a room full of people. It holds no fear at all.
You beautifully described step three, which is applying all of your genius and all of the skills you've got into your career. So thank you for that. Now, I'm going to say, if there's anyone watching that is um, contemplating a similar career change where they think it's completely different, or they've done it for 15 years and it's too late, because also a lot of people think it's too late now. It's this idea of sunk cost. I've invested 15 years in this, and therefore that's all I know, and I have to stay in it even if I'm not happy. So, what would you say to someone contemplating a similar career change?
It's never too late. I mean, I don't understand that, because we are given a very limited number of years on this earth. So too late for what? I mean, what are you waiting for? Are you absolutely sure you're going to get a second go? So you will need to give yourself time to retrain,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a great thing. So I had a very successful hobby project that I used to perfect my skills, my video making skills, my Adobe Illustrator skills, my Photoshop skills. It was perfect, and there was less pressure because I was working on my own project, and I spent essentially I redid a degree practically on this project, and so I know what my skills are. I learned them hands on, and you will need time depending on how much you're going to pivot. You are going to need time, but why is it too late? It's not too late, because no matter how old you are. I mean, I'm in my early 40s, but even if you are older, I mean, what exactly do you need to do that's better than what makes you happy?
You know what? There's nothing to be said after that. I think that's a perfect line. Um, I want to say thank you so much, Despina, for being here. I'm going to share Despina's details in this video shortly, and do check out her work, everything she's done. She spoke about her passion project, which is how I got to know her, and it's a phenomenal job. She calls it a passion project, right? And we wouldn't say that thousands of people behind this passion project is just a little hobby, but she was being modest then, so I thought I would. So we'll share all of those details before, and do check it out.
Don't be a unicorn in a straitjacket.